Hello everybody and welcome to my sanctuary. I'm Mariah. Today's unplanned video is on the topic of forcing someone to eat something they hate causes trauma, and I'm going to speak from my own personal experience on this topic. First off, I want to say that any parent or any parent, adult, any person out there that is trying to get a child or any person, regardless if it's a relative or grown-up adult, to eat something that they don't like because they like it, that is not okay to do. I know from personal experience, I hated when that was done to me, and it only happened to me one time, and I hate it when it was done to me because also the thing that I think caused trauma most for me is because it basically took away my right to say no, and I don't think that's okay to take away anyone's right to say no. I don't want it, and the reason this is very personal for me because I had this happen to me when I was a child, and my no was not okay back then. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my personal experience with this. When I was about, I think, 8, and it was summertime. During the summers, I'll go back to backstory. During the summers, me and my sister and my cousin would sometimes spend summers with our grandmother. She's no longer alive. That's not the point. Point I'm making is we were there, so we weren't with our parents. Our parents were working, like her mom and my parents were working. Point is that this, I'm just gonna tell you right now. This story has nothing to do with my parents. My parents are amazing people. Um, I told them later after this happened what happened. My mom is awesome. I love her so much. Okay, but back to the story. So back when I was 8 in the summer, I was at my grandmother's house with my sister and my cousin, and there was my grandma had a garden. I think she had like cucumbers, tomatoes, other different things in it, whatever. She had her own garden. That's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. I believe what we were eating. I believe it was a salad, and in the salad there were tomatoes, and I really hate I really hate tomatoes. I'm sorry, I do. I didn't realize back then I was autistic. I didn't know. I didn't think any of us knew. I always hated tomatoes. Like I literally, I did not know. Back a little funny fact. I did not know ketchup had tomatoes in it. When I found out that fact, I stopped eating ketchup immediately. But back to I said, my grandmother made a salad with like croutons, tomatoes, lettuce. Lettuce is fine. Cucumbers and croutons are fine. I just hate tomatoes. Ugh, they're just it's a food aversion. I just don't. It's just the texture, the mushiness of it, I can't. So there was we had I'm not sure if we had we might have sandwiches too or whatever. I don't remember all of the cracks, but I do remember that particular food I did not want to eat, and I was like, I'm not eating this. Okay, and like my sibling, my sister, and my cousin and my grandmother, they all liked this food. I didn't mind that part, but the problem I had was when I was told, she was like, Mariah, if you don't eat this, you're gonna sit here, okay? And I was like, okay, I will sit here. And I did. I sat there for hours, and eventually she realized Mariah ain't eating it just because I tell her to eat something. She's not gonna eat just because I tell her. The thing is, also, she knew that I did not like that. She knew in advance. It's not like she was unaware. She knew I did not like tomatoes. She knew I didn't like this stuff, but she still decided, okay, because I like it. Like my grandma thought, because she liked it, Mariah was just gonna eat what she liked, and that's not okay to like force something on someone because you like it. That's literally disgusting to me personally. Like if the child wants to, or child or person wants to try on their own, that's different. But if you're forcing it onto them, that's not okay. I think this actually caused me to have food trauma. Like for example, I'll give you examples. There's stuff I've used to eat, but I no longer eat because it made me sick. Like watermelon, corn. Those both made me sick. And I remember a few times when my mom was like, maybe you should try it again. And I was like, the immediate response was no, no, no. And I think that has to do with because the trauma was already done back in the past. So anytime when something like any food related thing, regardless if it was a good experience or a bad experience with that food, the immediate response was no because I'm like, I'm gonna go back into a trauma area. And I think for me, I didn't want to go back in that area. So for me, this is the reason why I said don't force a child or a person to eat something that they hate because it could have them have a difficult relationship with food. And I think it did cause me to have a relationship with food. I'm not going to say it caused my eating disorder because I don't know that particularly, but it could have caused me to start hating food eventually to the point where I started hating food. it's very important that you let a child or a person, because for example, back, children really, some of them don't get to have the rights that they deserve. Anyone should have a right to say no. Like for example, if when I sorry, not for example, when I have kids, I'm not gonna force them to eat something they don't want. They can try it if they don't like it. It's okay to say, "Mom, I don't like it," or whoever you are, "I don't like it," and then pass it over. At least you tried it. I mean, I don't mind someone trying something, but making them like sit there or making them try to put the fork in their mouth when they said no, that's not okay, and that's considered, I mean, that's really harmful behavior, and that's not okay. I hope this video helps someone, and I'm sorry if it triggers anybody, but I think it's an important one to make because um, now knowing I'm autistic, I realized that was food aversion. I didn't know that back then. I just knew that I just didn't like something. I just naturally didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I hope that you have a great day. Bye.